Alright, we in there. And hey, I don't even need to change the text this time. I think we're good. Sorry, I just fixed my hair. Just in time. Alright, we in there. Mm-hmm. No, that's supposed to be muted. That's supposed to be muted. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. Before we press any further, let me try something real quick. Testing. Okay, that works. That works. And that works. That does not work. Okay, so I guess we're going to be rocking this for a bit. Because, alright, here's what's going on, right? I've pretty much given up on the old multi-chats dock on OBS. It just doesn't work for whatever reason. It only shows YouTube and not Twitch at all. I've tried fiddling with it best as I can, and it's just nothing. It's not worth my time anymore. So now I'm using something called Caster Labs, which has its own issues. For some reason, when I closed OBS and then opened it back up, it was not docked anymore. So that was annoying. I had to open it back up, which is counterintuitive. I mean, it's a dock, right? Docks should just be docked. But hey, good news is, I can close this. I don't have to have Twitch open all the time anymore. Everything is pretty well in order. Everything's kind of the way it's supposed to be, which is wild. I mean, I'm not even used to it anymore. You know how many months that multi-chat has been a problem? And now it seems like it's finally good. So I'll finally be able to see chat from both YouTube and Twitch. It'll all be in one convenient place. And it's looking real nice with like all the timestamps and everything. I'm liking it so far. And hey, you know something else? The chat, actually on the stream works. I mean, it's in teensy weensy Istrano vision. I should probably fix that, but I actually got that working too. I actually did some troubleshooting over the course of just this little weekend. And I've gotten a little editing done, trying to get more into the swing of that, in spite of setbacks. But I mean, I'm feeling okay. Well, I'm not feeling okay, but I'm feeling okay. Whatever. More on that later, but I thought for now we just go ahead and jump into this new One Piece chapter right away. Because I'm not actually planning for a really long stream. It's only going to be a couple hours, just because I still got a lot going on here, kind of I mean, it's not as bad as it was last week. I can push through, but yeah. So let's check out this new chapter. Just as soon as I move the mic a little closer, and also try not to gouge out my own monitor while I do it. Oops. There you go. How's that grab you? Now, unfortunately, I've been kind of spoiled, kind of not on this one. I don't know. But this time it's 1164, Davy's Blood. We've got my girl Perona chasing a rabbit with a pocket watch. That's cute. Because she thinks that he's like, that Randolph is like Mihawk. I get that. That's cute. But yes, this is the big thing that everybody has been hankering for. Follow up on the action at the God Valley incident, because here's the thing, right? I've had my pulse on. I've had my finger on the pulse of the One Piece community a little bit over the course of the past week, and the public outcry is actually quite similar to my own. Where, if you'll recall, I was saying there's just like too many ultimate answers in One Piece, like too many out of control, borderline uncounterable, unpower scalable threats, where it's like the Seraphim are invincible except for the bubble guns, which are unstoppable, and Emu's Devil Fruit power can just like get anyone, and it doesn't matter how much hockey you've got. And it's just been really it's been really crazy, and these balance issues in this action series are kind of causing people to like raise some eyebrows, kind of being like, "What's going on with this plot? If these characters have these awesome powers, where were they before? Why were we having problems? Like, why doesn't Emu just brainwash everyone and bend them to his will, their will, whatever?" And hopefully we'll get some answers. Hopefully we'll see that there is some sort of counterplay, some sort of balance to just keep this character from being completely overpowered and running roughshod over the narrative. But Rox got hit with Domi Reversi. Rox, our attacks didn't even phase that spider thing. What in the world? Sorry about the voice, by the way. I know my voice is a little raspy, a little crappy. I don't really know why, but I'll do my best. What's going on with Garp's scar, though? I don't remember a scar looking like that, unless that's just like a little extra scuff. But I don't remember him having a Y-shaped scar. What in the world? How obstinate. You shouldn't scoff at humans, you beast. Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world. Ooh, okay. Davy D. Jones, the name of the previous king of the world. Alright, interesting. Interesting. And you see that Rox is getting a little transformed, but he has not actually seemingly lost his sense of self yet. Insolent fool. That wretch was never king. Not for a single moment that, ooh, Emu's looking a little tilted right now. Okay, alright. Not for a single moment. Thou hast no place in the fate that binds Moo and Davy. Then you shouldn't be so scared. It's just a name after all. You've been afraid for a long time, haven't you? Afraid that one day someone's gonna inherit Davy's will and fulfill the promise. Oh, we got another promise on our hands here. We got another Joy Boy situation. I wonder who scares you most. Davy D. Jones, Joy Boy. Cease this babble. They shall never resurface, so long as thou fades into oblivion. Yeah, we've got, within the course of like the past arc or two, you've got a lot more names in the mix. I mean, before it was just like Joy Boy. He was like the big guy way back in the day, and then we started learning more about Rox, and then we started learning more about the Davies that are connected to Rox, and how Rox is connected to Blackbeard, and like there's like daggone. And like the ancient giants and It's just really wild. Davy, Mu has found the perfect soldiers now. A certain nation of gentle and indecisive giants. Giants? You bastard, stay away from Harold. He just wants peace. Oh, that's actually a sweet sentiment coming from Rox, you know. He seemed bitter before, but now it seems like maybe there aren't such harsh feelings after all. Indeed, this is an unprecedented opportunity. A sovereign this pliable may never appear again. Thy current deposition is quite similar. Now make haste. Put an end to Davy's dream. Ah! Oh boy, Emu's turning the juice up now. So there is a way to fight against Dummy Reversi. It doesn't just... you don't just like turn it on and turn it off. It actually can be resisted, which is the least I asked for, really. Just to know that there's some sort of counterplay to stop Emu from just, doing whatever they want. With the rocks, what happened? Did it do something to you up there? Damn it, I'm fading. Huh? Annihilate Davy's lineage with my own hand. Snuff out all obstacles and got... Ooh, he's big now. He's big, Chungus. Is it me or are you bigger? Yeah, she's noticed too. Out of the way. Their blood must be purged from the pages of history. Rox, what are you doing? Oh boy. Yo, I will admit, Rox is looking pretty sick with like the evil wings. Damn you, Rox. Weren't we meant to be allies? Alright, Big Mom gets clapped. Whitebeard looking like he is about to be next. We're in your way, Rox? You are. Okay, Whitebeard actually standing his ground a little bit. Okay. What the? Oh, dang. Oh, dang. The big rock is coming down. The mountain's falling. That is a huge mountain. Now, speaking of Whitebeard and rocks, we never did get an answer for what those two devil fruits that Rox wanted were, or why Harold had to have one of them to unlock its true potential or whatever. I'm still thinking about that. All warships of the northeast coast get away from the island. All ships pull back. Northeast coast. That was close. Who's responsible? This unforgivable act must be punished. Everyone hurry. Don't set sail without us, or you'll all be put to death. Hurry. Southwest region. Come on, Rayleigh. This island's toast. Roger. Wow, it looks like this island might actually be getting wiped out for real, for real. I thought it was just like a government cover-up, but it's looking pretty bad. Roger, safe, right? Treasure. Isn't this incredible? Ah, it's a dead end. Move it. Damn it. I couldn't even save one tiny baby. Where did he go? Wait, Kuma, give it a rest. It would be too risky to keep trying to save people. Kumachi. There might still be more people out there. Oh, found one. Damn that Gonzui. Shiki, asshole, you'll never make it off this island alive. You hear? Oh boy. Captain John looking bad. Gonzui looking bad. Jihaha. No one gets the drop on me. Everyone to the coast. We need stretchers. We can't. The forest's on fire. Oh boy. Zebek. He looks... So, you lost? I'm sorry. It's our fault. You faced that thing to save us, even though you weren't ready yet. Daggone. That's just wild, right? To think about after all the After all the like Wano country glaze for Rocks about how he was Roger's first and greatest nemesis, Roger, I don't know. I don't know if he lives up to the hype. Like, he's strong, he's got a lot of perks, but he's not quite that guy. Like, if you look at his track record, he doesn't actually have that many W's. He was just kind of a charismatic leader, and he was strong enough to get people to respect him, but I don't know. Like, he couldn't beat Harold, right? And he couldn't beat Roger or Garp. He couldn't beat his own crewmates without, like, a power-up. I don't know. I'm getting a bit of a fraud detection here. But we have no choice but to jump into the sea and swim. I won't let the Davy clan end here. We'll survive no matter what. Escapee spotted on the coast. Oh boy. Oh no. Kuma had a hand in the fate of Blackbeard. He's the one who saved him from destruction. Wow. So Kuma has saved Luffy and Blackbeard, who would go on to be rivals. And then Kuma disappeared, and wow. That's crazy. These are characters whose fates I did not expect would actually ever, like, intersect, in spite of everything. Davy. Next, extinguish all who remain on the island. Vice Admiral Garp, please hurry up. I told you to get the hell out of here. How long are you going to stick around? Roger, where are you? I'm fine. Let me know when everyone's on board. A little portrait of Roger. I don't know. Something about it is just weird. It doesn't look like Roger. He looks like such a young, simple character. He almost looks like a background character. Yeah, stop it, Rocks. Why does he look like that? Bring it on, Rocks. Davy? Whoosh. Oh, man, that's cool looking. What the hell have you turned into? I won't let you go after my crew. Roger. Garp. This voice. Please. What's with that expression? Please kill me. The climax of the God Valley incident. Wow. Yep, this is it. Wow, that's the chapter, huh? That chapter was fast, man. That chapter was so fast. So, yeah, he does still have some of his own will. He still has his own will, and he seems to be communicating non-verbally. I don't know if that's like the demonic power telepathy thing, or if that's like a voice of all things thing. But wow. Not looking like the greatest send-off for Rocks, honestly. And again, this chapter just seemed to go by so fast, with not too much going on in it. I don't know about this chapter. I don't feel like it lived up to the hype. I mean, it's okay, I guess. And no break, by the way. Very important. One Piece isn't on break. I know that much. It usually feels like this is about the time when I get blindsided. And it's like, oh, actually Shonen Jump is on break, so you don't even realize it. But even though it's not on break, it actually is on break or something like that. But as far as I can tell, there is supposed to be another chapter next week. So I guess I'll look forward to that. If no other reason, then it should finally prove to be the conclusion, or at least the beginning of the end of the God Valley incident. Because I've been thinking about it. Once upon a time, this flashback was supposed to be about Harold and Loki and Hydra, the giant royal family. It was supposed to be about them. And then once Rox entered the picture, he just kind of hijacked the narrative. And so this doesn't really feel like, I don't know, like this is cool stuff, but it's the same problem that I had with Odin Piece, where as cool as it is, it's not actually relevant to the overall arc. It's not really need to know information. For the most part, anyway. There's some stuff. Obviously, learning more about the Davies, that has been like the biggest takeaway from this whole flashback so far. But I mean, I am kind of getting to the point where I'm wondering, when are we going to get back to Harold and Harold's kids? When are we going to get back to the present action? It's been a while. And I would like to move forward with this arc, please. Like, if there's any more pertinent information in this flashback, I'd like to just, get it and then get back to what's going on. Because that resolution is probably going to give us a lot more of what we're looking for. Like, how do we deal with these seemingly insurmountable powers that Emu has? With, being able to dole out super regeneration and demonic possession / conversion, corruption, whatever you want to call it. Because it's still looking pretty crazy. Just kind of harkening back once again to when it was Rox versus Garling, where even with this, this trick that's been sort of touched on, where if you know how to use your hockey, you can kind of disrupt the regenerative powers. That's just it. It doesn't shut it down. It just kind of slows it down. It's not a hard counter, and so it just seems like anyone with this power of regeneration, they just keep on coming. I'd definitely like to learn more about that. And that's what I'm looking forward to more of this, where it's a lot of just going into more detail that I think is necessary. Odin Piece, where it was a lot of unnecessary detail. We already pretty much got a lot of what we needed to know about Odin Piece before Odin Piece commenced in earnest, and I'm kind of getting that vibe again, where it's just I don't know, a lot of bombast. But yeah, that'll do it for the chapter. And then, man, I'm feeling kind of, I don't know, man. Something is not right where I'm going downhill. I'm so tired. I don't know why. Because, I mean, we did fall back, right? So, I should have had an extra hour of sleep, but I don't know, man. Just doesn't feel like it's enough. So, I don't know what to do next. Well, I know what to do next. Turn up this fan. But you know what I think I'll do? I'll go ahead and check out some of these new Avatar MtG cards that are coming out. I'm kind of like reneging on my decision to like actually buy into the set. It's just not looking like very financially feasible right now. But I am interested in it. And so I thought I'd just talk a little bit more about it because if you remember last stream, uh, no, you don't really remember last stream, do you? Because that stream was like really bad. I'm actually glad that people didn't tune in for that because I was really ill, really low energy, like even worse than now. But I had actually finally finished my own fan made Avatar set that I had been workshopping since before Wizards ever announced that they would ever be doing it officially. And so I just wanted to do a bit of compare and contrast between uh, some of the designs that I'm seeing coming out versus what I had come up with, and seeing if it's to my liking. So let me see. Is this it? Okay. So Scryfall has some spoilers, and then whatever this is called has a few extra ones that are like really crappy low res. And so these are the two that we're going to be looking at. But yeah, let's see what we got. I don't recognize this character. Like a female swamp bender. I don't remember her in the show. I mean, she looks cute. But let's see, Iroh Tea Master. Tea Master. I don't know why, but that's funny to me. 2-2. Iroh being set at a 2-2 is wild to me, knowing how top tier this guy actually is. But I guess this is Iroh when he's on his tea grind. He's real mellow, and he's got some Zedru tech. When he enters, you make food. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you have target opponent gain control of target permanent you control. When you do, you make an ally, put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each permanent you own that your opponent's control. I've never been that big a fan of like counters on tokens design where you're just like stacking up dice on top of each other. I don't know. It's cool though. I'll still probably throw him in when I do eventually, inevitably make my Zedru deck that I've been meaning to make for a long time. And if we look at my version of Iroh, I think I just made the one card. If I can just, I mean, if the button would work, if the button would work, the button, hello, yes, thank you. I only have one Iroh card, where he's just red and green and really beefy, trample, protection from instance. Whenever you scry, he's part of like my little like White Lotus / Avatar 4-color archetype, where it's a lot of scrying. And he has like his own version of like fire breathing, and then on scry you get to cash in on how powerful he is by like dealing damage equal to his power to target creature. And then, right next to him, Jasmine Tea. Because obviously a tea is a surprisingly big part of the story. A lot of food in my sets. more than I was initially planning, like non-token food. And then you get a little payoff if you have 4 or more colors among permanents you control. Let's see what else we got. May has her own card. Uh, they've strangely thrown in exhaust from what's it called, the like weird death race set that they did, Ether Drift, where you can only use them each once, but it's like this was their idea for how to give you mana sinks for all of your firebending that you got going on. You know, you make mana, but it only lasts during combat. And so it's all about finding ways to spend it on instants and activated abilities. And so exhaust, I guess, was their big idea. And 2 for a 1/3 with prowess is pretty whatever, I think. But then if you can get double strike going, like that's pretty spicy. I think it's okay. Mine, if we go back to this, like my idea was just May entirely as like a dynamic duo. I actually heard someone in like my MtG community on Facebook saying that they don't like cards like this where it's 2 creatures put together in one, like in one card. But to me, if it's like a dynamic duo where they're never really seen apart, or if they just work together, I don't really see any problem with that. I think it's pretty flavorful. But mine was more simple, just cheap, big creature, evasive, and has like a neat little gimmick where they take away abilities. Nice art, by the way. They've really been cooking with the art. I mean, just to drive the point home, the Spirit Oasis. My Spirit Oasis was just a land. If I can go back to that. Where is it? Where's the Spirit Oasis? Maybe it's here. There it is. That was my version, where it's just a legendary land. Shrines. I never even thought about using shrines. I guess because shrines is just so bizarre to me. Like, I don't know. Thematically, aesthetically, I feel like there's a lot of overlap between shrines and lands. And shrines, you know, I've tried making a shrine deck before. It wasn't really that hot on it. Not too sure about shrines in this set either. I mean, it does really look cool though. And I like how the shrines are designed in such a way that there's really no restriction on when you should play them. You know, when they come in, they give you a value based on how many shrines you already got, and then when shrines come after, they continue to give you value. That's pretty cool. 3 mana for like some conditional card draw where you gotta like build around it though. I don't know about that. Spirit Water Revival. Okay, so I gotta admit, I think they cooked a little harder here than I did. I've got cards that are very similar, I think, in terms of design between, you know, Spirit. My version of Spirit Water says just return target legendary creature from your graveyard to your hand for pretty cheap, and then if I go over to like my air nomads, I also have something like this. Return legendary creature card from your yard to the field. And then it's like super expensive, but then you can get like a big discount for enchantments. Like enchantments with different names. But here they were, I think, a little more clever, a little more interesting. 3 mana for 2 cards is like the worst way you could possibly play this. Like, this seems garbage. I can't imagine even bothering to play this without paying the additional cost. Like, it just seems like such a waste. Especially since you got to exile it no matter what, right? But if you do pay the extra cost, I mean, it's pretty cool. You get your graveyard back into your library. You draw 7 cards. You do not discard your hand. You just draw 7 cards. You don't discard your hand. You don't shuffle your hand into your library. You just get 7 cards. And no more maximum hand size. That's a big ask, though. For like an additional cost. So I'm not too sure about that. We got Suki, which Suki is a character that I almost forgot to give a card. It's quite embarrassing, all things considered. Mine was pretty simple, just like big landfall-based beat stick. But they've got the ally thing going on, which I don't know about the allies. It feels weird. Like the whole thing about Team Avatar was that there were this small ragtag group of characters and just trying to get by as best as they can when the odds are against them, and the idea that in this set they form like this huge army. I don't know, it's weird. But she's got like a pseudo anthem effect, and then she's also got like something that will go along nicely with airbending effects, where you can like buy back creature ETBs. Strange colors for Suki though, just like mono white. I'm pretty sure that's not the only Suki card though. Here's their version of Zhao. 3/4 for 4, firebending 2. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent creatures you control, get +1/+0 until end of turn. That's okay. I wasn't too hot on this card, but that last little bit is actually kind of juicy. My version was just red, and he plays more into the vehicle theme that I had cooked up for the Fire Nation. And this exact moment, by the way, I had where is it? My version of this moment is right here. Elemental Supremacy. Non-black instant sorcery spells your opponent's control cost an additional 2 life to cast. Which, pretty weak effect for 5, but I mean, it is common, so whatever. Lots of different versions of Aang, and of course he transforms, which I'm not really that big a fan of. I don't like transforming cards at all. Like, even if they're on flavor, I will go out of my way to try and avoid them. I prefer a simpler time when cards just had one side. uh, this is still a pretty cool design, though. 2/3 flash flying for 3. When he enters, airbend up to one other target creature or spell. And then for water bend 8, you can turn him into this big boy. This big fishy boy. And that's a neat design. Whenever they attack, put a +1/+1 counter on each tapped creature you control. I don't like messing too... Well, I already said it before. I don't like messing too much with, like, doling out counters all over the place. I made an exception for, like, my Water Tribe archetype. Just because, I don't know, that was the best I could. That was the best I could do in terms of mechanics that seemed flavorful. I really wanted to make a card based on Quoizel, but I could not, for the life of me, like, cook anything up. Here's their version of June. Can't be blocked as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. That's cool. And it's pretty basic, but pretty cool. And then you can pay 1 and sacrifice another creature to create a clue token. Activate only to... It bothers me that there's investigating in this set, but there's not investigating. Like, it's not called investigation. It's just called create a clue token, and I don't know why they did that. The same way that they did not reuse Kicker for additional optional costs. I mean, it's okay, a little clunky. And just to refresh my memory, what was my version? My version was red. Same mana value and body. But instead of clues, she's about treasure. And she deals damage to creatures when she attacks. And whenever a creature dealt damage by June this turn dies, you get to make a treasure, which I think makes more sense because she's like a bounty hunter, you know. Same type line though. Same commonality too. Uncommon. So a lot of the design I actually called. Here's a version of Zhong Zhong the Deserter that I can't read. 3 for a 2/3 firebending 1, and exhaust. Put a +1/+1 counter on him. When you next cast a lesson spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. So that's what I'm saying is the difference between their design and mine. Is they went with lessons as a subtype with a lot of synergy. I went with like a lot of scrying. So if I can go back, what's my version of Zhong Zhong? This doesn't actually synergize with scrying as a whole. It's more playing on the idea that he's a deserter. He's kind of sworn off of fighting unless it's absolutely necessary. So he's a 3/3 for 2. But he has Defender, and if an opponent has more life than you, then he gets to be awesome. Honestly, he could be a little stronger. I'm kind of tempted to bump him up. I'm not sure. I don't want him to be too strong for like 2 mana. And I will be making my fan-made Avatar set available at some point. I gotta work on that. Slippery Eel. 5/5 Ward Waterbend. Oh, that's cool. A waterbending ward. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, draw 2 cards. Ooh. Well, that's actually kind of spicy. I like that. I actually really like this design. A big, tough creature that gets you, like punishes enemy card draw by giving you tons of card draw. Well, I guess not tons. I don't know. I like it. I mean, I'd still rather pay one more to run Consecrated Sphinx, but whatever. And here we go. Here's 3 cards where I kind of made my own versions. If I can find those. They're really buried in there, though. Okay, so there's their version versus mine. I do like their artwork. 3 for a 2/1 with haste, but then you get a token. Mine is cheaper, bigger, also has a keyword. And it's one of those like collect them all type creatures where the more of them you have, the stronger they get. And that plays into like how evasive they are. Their version of Jet is red and white, which is quite strange, I think. Mine was just red. Excuse me. Yeah, theirs is wow. 5 for a 3/1, but when he enters, like he can deal big damage to a creature an opponent controls. And then this is clever. When he dies, put a plus counter on each of its 2 target creatures. That's a nice little nod. I wish I had been that clever. That's actually a really nice design. My design was based more on the idea that Jet is vengeful. So he gets +1/+0 if an opponent attacked you since your last turn ended. I think I actually have more creatures with double strike than creatures with first strike, which doesn't feel right. I think, all things considered, I actually prefer their. I prefer their design, more flexible and clever, and just harder to keep track of. Instead of wondering if an opponent had attacked you since your last turn ended, like trying to remember that. And Jet's brainwashing. I have. If I go back over to my Earth Kingdom archetype, I have. Where is it? Here it is. Lantern of Hypnosis. Actually, very similar. Like, wow. Really similar. Theirs is a sorcery. Cost 1. Oh, this has kicker. Kicker 3. Target creature can't block this turn. If the spell was kicked, gain control of that creature until end of turn. Untap it against haste until end of turn. Mine costs 1. You pay 4 later and then tap it. So you can use this again and again. But mine does not actually untap the creature. That's the little bit of balance that I gave it. They're both uncommon, though. Oh, and Just Brainwashing also lets you, like, investigate. Which, that's kind of cool. Like, playing on the part where later they find out that he was brainwashed. Appa, Loyal Sky Bison. Actually quite similar to my vision. Wait, is this it? No, I've got one that's just Sky Bison. See, Okay, so theirs is more expensive, but it can give any creature you control flying until end of turn. Mine only gives it to like smaller creatures. Their version also lets you airbend permanents you control. So again, it's like buying back your ETBs. And yeah, theirs is based specifically on Appa, and so it's legendary. Mine was not legendary. Instead, what I got is Appa and Momo, where you pay significantly less for a creature of comparable size and like a cool sabotage effect. They've got a lot of this going on. Legend of Yang Chen, and they've got some others as well. If I can just like skip ahead. I saw that they had more of these Legend of cards, like Legend of Roku right here. Legend of Kuruk. I thought they had another one for Kyoshi. But I don't know. Now we're kind of getting into cards that we've already seen. So Hakoda. I was not able to come up with a card based on Hakoda. He just didn't seem like a character that had enough going on. But yeah, they've got a lot of this going on now, where they start out as sagas and then they flip over into creatures. And I'm not going to get too into detail on these, but I don't know. Not the bit. Wow, Waterbend 20. Take an extra turn after this one. That is. But he makes a bunch of spirits, so I guess that's okay. That's on flavor for Kuruk, I suppose. This guy gets to make he gets to make dragons. I guess my biggest thing is, again, I'm not a big fan of like transforming cards. And I don't know. It's just not as interesting as my vision for the avatars, where if you look at mine, the idea was that they're all 4 color themed, each in their own way. So I don't know about these weird sagas that turn into creatures. That's not really my style. Let's see. They've got Octopus Form, which is just an instant, like a neat little combat trick. Mine was, where is it? It should be here. Mine was Octopus Stance, where it's an aura. Whenever a creature blocks or becomes blocked by an enchanted creature, it gets -8, -0 until end of turn. Similar concept, I think. They've got invasion submersible. I've got metal whale. Which interesting. Their idea. So mine was metal whale can only be crewed by blue creatures. Their idea was it doesn't have a crew ability at all. Instead, you water bend, and that makes it an artifact creature permanently, and put some counters on it because it's a 0/0. Both admirable designs, I think. I don't dislike their design. Earth Rumble Wrestlers. 3/4 reach, +1/+0, and has trample as long as you control a land creature or a land enters the battlefield under your control this turn. That's pretty cool. What was my version? I think mine was just red. And where is it? Oh, this is mine, Professional Rumbler. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Professional Rumbler dies this turn, creature. So similar to June, really. Mine's a lot cheaper though. Some other Fire Nation Warship. First off, that's cool artwork. I like that. Reach. See, that's clever. I like that. I wouldn't have thought of that. I have trouble designing like vehicles that are boats without just giving them island walk. What was my version of this card? Fire Navy vessel. Okay, my idea, like again, invoking the idea that they have like these little like trebuchets and stuff that throw fire at people. Mine was whenever it becomes crewed for the first time, each turn it deals 1 damage to any target. And there, wow, look at that! Same mana value and stat line and crew cost. So I kind of called this one, actually. Zuko Conflicted. 2/3. At the beginning of your first main phase, choose one that hasn't been chosen, and you lose 2 life. Draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Zuko, add 1 red, exile Zuko, then return him to the battlefield under an opponent's control. That's wild. That's a cool design. Like that. You'd have to find a way to like stop him from progressing to that last stage. You got 3 turns to do it though, and you get a lot of value out of him until then. I like that design. I like that artwork too. My version of Zuko, what was that? Well, I had 3 versions. The version the closest to what they cooked up would be Zuko Banished Prince. Same mana value, almost the same type line. Mine is like 1 more common. And hastes must attack each turn if able. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, untap him. So, invoking the idea of like rash behavior. Some way. Secret Tunnel. This is a cute and strange design. It's a land that can't be blocked, so they expect you to earthbend this. Which, if you can get that going, that can be pretty spicy. It's a cave, by the way. I called this. If I can just... mine, I believe, was called the Cave of Two Lovers. If I can find it. Where is it? Putting together my presentation, I got all there. Mine was Cave of Two Lovers. It's a cave. It taps for colorless, but instead of two target creatures you control that share a creature type can be blocked this turn, mine was tap an untapped creature you control to tap target creature because they're in the cave together. The two lovers from like Warring Nations. I don't know which design I like more. White Lotus Hideout, which is, I should have thought of this. I like the artwork, by the way. Tap for 1 mana of any color, but only for lessons or shrines. Interesting design. Weird synergy between White Lotus and shrines. This... I wish I had this, though. Because, remember what I was saying before about how I had a shrine deck before? I'll admit that that there was it was based heavily on a land that I was playing incorrectly. I wonder if I can find it. Is it Sanctuary? No. No, if I go to Advanced, and then, choose a creature type, and then land. Secluded Courtyard. So this is the card that I used in my Shrine deck, right? As this land enters, choose a creature type. Tap for colorless, tap for 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, or activate an ability of a creature source of the chosen type. So this is where I messed up, because this was... Kamigawa Neon Dynasty was my first exposure to shrines. I did not get that shrines were an enchantment type and not a creature type. Of course, at the time, I'm not even sure that I had grasped onto the idea of there being distinct, like, categories for subtypes. I just thought that, I don't know, it just made sense in my head. Like, because Kamigawa Neon Dynasty has shrines that are also creatures. So in my mind, it was just, oh, it's an enchantment creature. It's a shrine. If it's a creature that's a shrine, then in this case, shrine is de facto a creature type, right? So if I list shrine as my chosen creature type, then I should be able to use Secluded Courtyard to play my shrines, right? No, that's not actually how that works. And I played that deck completely wrong as a result. It was a terrible deck, so I guess I got all the L's that I deserved for not understanding how shrines work, not understanding how subtypes work. Because, I mean, if you look at something like Goldhound, like, just because it's a creature that's also a treasure, that doesn't make treasure a de facto creature type. So, yeah, that was on me. That was dumb of me. See, Boomy Unleashed. So this is their version. 5 for a 5/4 with trample, but you get an Earthbend 4. When he deals combat damage to a player, untap all lands you control, and then you get an extra combat phase where only land creatures can attack. That's pretty cool. Pretty much any way you slice it. That is actually really strong. It shouldn't be too hard to get in with Boomy. And even if, by some strange circumstance, you don't really have a lot of earthbending effects online, you'd still get to untap all your lands and just do all the things that you normally would with lands. That is a really good card. So it makes sense that he's, Mythic Rare. What was my version? I'm sure mine is like wholly underwhelming. This is not a repeat of when I made my own fan-made Final Fantasy set where I felt like I cooked harder than Wizards did. I think they did pretty good. So, where's my version of Boomy? Mine was red, green, and white. Haste and Vigilance 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1 counter on each untapped creature you control that didn't enter the battlefield this turn. So, just playing on the like neutral Jing concept that he introduced. The idea of waiting for the time to strike, and that makes you stronger. Here's a strange card that people have picked up on. Diligent Zookeeper. Each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types, to a maximum of 10. Strange design. Very, very strange. Because already the non-human line automatically bars all changelings from buying in on this enormous buff. But then if you don't have changelings, like, where are you going to go to find creatures that have 10 creature types? Where are you going to get that? You would have to stack up like tons of, what's it called? Like, is it called like Leyline of Mutation? That's what it is. No, that's not what it is. It's Leyline of Transformation. Stuff like this that like gives out creature types. Creatures you control. How many effects do that? Creatures you control are the chosen. Not a lot. Not a lot. There's Ruka Rumel and Conspiracy and Arcane Adaptation. There's not a lot of that going on. Excuse me. Coughing and hiccuping at the same time. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. I don't know. That's a weird effect. Also, it's weird that he's just an ally. Tundra Tank. I was just called Fire Nation Tank. There's a little more expensive, a little beefier. I don't know why theirs is black. It has Firebending 1. Crew 1. So I called that part. When it enters, target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. That's spicy. Their design, I think, is a little more exciting than mine. They have their own version of Lost Days, which is... It's a blue in a lesson, which is strange. Where you make a clue and then you shuffle creature enchantments into your... No, wait. It's second from the top or on the bottom. So that's their idea. My version of Lost Days was, I think it was more like an O-ring effect. Where is it? Hello? I thought it would be here in this... Maybe it's here instead. Where did I put Lost Days? I thought it would just be right here. That's weird. Maybe it's under Earth Kingdom. Yep, there it is. Weird that theirs is a lesson. I don't know why that's a lesson. But yeah, mine is an O-ring that lets you like scry. So that's kind of a similar design, I think. Mine lets you scry. Theirs lets you investigate. Forecasting fortune teller, where when she enters, you investigate. Uh, mine was the flip side of that because the whole point is that she's a phony fortune teller, right? So I gave her a harmful form of fortune telling where she fate seals, which I was always kind of just disappointed that fate sealing was not like a deciduous a keyword, because I think that's a cool form of control is hostile scrying. How many cards actually have fate seal? Only two. Only two, and they're both pretty much just from Future Sight. That's some untapped potential there. I actually like Fate Seal, and it would be nice to have more of that. I think my set has like 2 or 3 Fate Seal effects. There's their version of Glider Staff. It does pretty much what you would expect. You know, it gives flying. Let's see, airbend. My version. What was my version? Mine was called Nomad Glider. Significantly cheaper, doesn't buff. More expensive to equip, but it has a special thing where you can equip it for free. Fancy footwork. My card was called Secret Dance. There's another lesson. It's one of these. You untap 1 or 2 target creatures, they each get a little buff. Mine is actually similar. Put a plus one counter on each of 2 target creatures. Oh, but you tap those creatures, so it's like mine is much cheaper and is a permanent effect, but it comes with a little bit of a downside if you use it on your own creatures. Something that, you know what? I should make this an instant to make it more flexible. I don't know. 1 mana? Teo. I don't think I gave Teo his own card. The mechanics, though, their version like makes little artifact tokens and can turn them into flyers, like pseudo-thopters. Mine is kind of similar. Where is he? Mine does a lot of what do you expect from blue and red. He interacts with vehicles and instants and sorceries. I think maybe their design was a little more clever. Here's their version of Ty Lee. A little more closer to my design idea. Theirs is like a lockdown where like something doesn't untap. Mine was ability loss. And then there's another version of Tylee, which is red. And you can pay to stop creatures from blocking, and she has prowess. That's pretty good. I'm torn. I don't know which version of Tylee I like more. I actually think I prefer the red one. Red one seems a little tougher. That's very strange for me because I'm a blue guy. Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong. Super expensive. Legendary artifact. Pay 1 and tap to scry 2, but whenever you scry or surveil, look at the top card of your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Do this only once. Cast. So if it's a land, it doesn't work, I guess. Look at the card after you scry or surveil. That's still pretty cool. Mine is way less powerful. My version, where is it? It should be somewhere in here. Where is it? Ancient Planetarium. Mine only costs 1. And just as the first time you scry or surveil it. So mine also interacts with scrying and surveilling. I actually call that design. The first time you scry or surveil each turn, you may pay 2. If you do, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying or surveilling this way. I think it's still a pretty cool effect. Foggy Swamp Visions. I also had something very similar. Mine was just called Swamp Visions. Surveil 2, then put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Theirs is 1 more expensive, much more rare. It's also a sorcery. As an additional cost, Waterbend X. Exile X target creature cards from graveyards. For each creature card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it at the beginning of your next end step. Sacrifice those tokens. Huh. That's interesting because that is more similar to something from my Spirit World archetype. Where it was, well, there's the summer solstice and there's the winter solstice. I think it's more similar to this. Mine says exile creature cards from all graveyards. For each card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens gain haste. Exile those tokens. This does not give them haste. Foggy Swamp Visions. The fact that it doesn't give them haste. I don't know. I feel like that severely hampers their usefulness. Especially since this is sorcery, so you're not going to be... At the beginning of your next end step, yeah, you're not going to be using them to block. You're not going to be using those creatures for much of anything. Unless they already have haste. Unless you're planning on using them to waterbend, but if you've got bodies around to waterbend for this, then you've got bodies to waterbend for, whatever it was you were going to actually waterbend for. That seems like a dumb card, actually, the more that I look at it. I don't get the point. But it's time to compare Cabbage Merchants. Mine, cost 2, is a 0/3. Weird that I made him a 2/2. He's like a non-combatant. Predictably makes food. Mine says whenever an opponent attacks you, untap Cabbage Merchant. Theirs has this weird effect. It says, whenever you sack a food, you may search for a basic land and put it down tapped. If you search this way, put him on the bottom of its owner's library, then shuffle. Like, what's the point of that? If you're going to shuffle your library, why doesn't it just say, shuffle Unlucky Cabbage Merchant into his owner's library? Why do you put him on the bottom and then shuffle? That's bizarre. I'm not sure what's going on there. Sparring Dummy. Similar to mine, the Melon Lord. Mine is decidedly more fierce. There's this defender and has like a weird mill thing. Mine is also a scarecrow, but it's also a food noble. And you can play him for like cheap if you pay 1 and sacrifice a food. Like make the food to make his head. Get it? I like my design better. That's too bad. I don't. I think. I think now we're getting to cards that we've already seen before. Yeah, these are some cards that I've already seen. Like I think I've already talked about the White Lotus tile. Theirs is reusable, but it nets you mana. Mine is like cheap, and you can sacrifice it, and you get a little bit of like everything. This is actually this is pretty weak, actually. I might want to make this cheaper. I'm not sure. Scry 1, gain 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. Yeah. I might want to make that cheaper. Their version of Trusty Boomerang just taps creatures? That's lame. Mine was more of like an actual weapon. Like a non-terrible version of Razor Boomerang. A way less terrible version. Here's their version of energy bending. Hey, guess what? I called it. I guess that energy bending was going to be a colorless spell. Like a colorless non-artifact spell. So, where's mine? This is mine. Mine's another ability loss effect. Theirs is decidedly stranger. Lands you control gain all basic land types until end of turn, draw a card. That's kind of strange. Strange design. And then here we go. It's mostly what we've already seen. Here's their version of Agnakella. I guess that's what this is called. The northern water tribe. Mine was just called Top of the World. As this land enters, you may put a stun counter on a tapped creature you control if you don't enter is tapped. Theirs enters tapped unless you control a basic land. I think that's what that says. It's really low res. Only taps for 1 color, but you can pay 3 and tap to loot. It's pretty cool. But that's your little status report for how, the Last Airbender set is going so far. There were some other cards, but I just wanted to talk about the ones that kind of raised my eyebrows. The ones that I've really got my eyes on. It's still looking like a fun set, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's looking like it's going to be pretty expensive. If I can just look. Collector boosters, play boosters, bundle. Commander's bundle. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, the one other thing I wanted to do for this stream was dive back into BTD6. Because we've still got a little time left for the Halloween event. We still got 2 more days, and so I thought I would try and crack open like a diamond crate before wrapping things up. And also get my get back for the carved map. So if we can just fire that up, we'll go ahead and chimps that. I have Sada with me this time. Saved up some money. Some monkey money. So I figured we'd take a stab at that. If I could, like, hold on, just like change the screen size, please and thank you, so that people can actually see it. That's better. That's pretty tiny, though. Can you make it bigger? I don't know. Maybe it was fine before. There you go. That's fine. Okay, now we're ready. And we won't do double cash. Obviously, you didn't come here to watch me do things the easy way. I will go ahead and do fast track though. No, wait. Fast track doesn't work on chimps anyway, doesn't it? Yeah, I think fast track doesn't work on chimps. So that, oh, hold on. No. Is this what we're in for? Is this, no. No. I didn't know it was going to do that to the interface. No, we got to fix that. That's really bad. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Okay, that's better. That'll do fine. Whatever. Okay, yes, thank you. That's much better. Okay, so what? What was I saying? So yeah, about last stream, right? That stream was pretty bad. Not at all proud of that stream because, for one thing, I was really, I was just really ill. Like I had tinnitus. I still kind of do. I still have a bit of an ear infection going on. And I can't tell if it's getting better. I can't tell if it's getting better or if it's just, I'm not at work right now. And I've been just kind of taking it easy. So I've given my ear a bit of a chance to just kind of relax. Because it gets pretty loud where I work. So I can't tell if my ear is actually getting better. It's taking a long time, though. It's taking a long time for my ear health to improve. Like, maybe it's been a while since my last ear infection, but does it normally take this long to get my hearing back to 100%? So, okay. Making me a little nervous. Making me a little nervous there. I might not be able to save up for a village just yet. What should I do? I'll just put a little dude like right here to help out. But yeah, I wasn't in the best shape last stream, and I'm honestly still not doing great. I mean, I can tough it out. Uh, I got a little more energy than last time, but still, like the inner ear thing with the tinnitus. I don't have vertigo like I used to, but it's like daggone man, it's really depressing. Uh, I don't think I could have ever predicted the kind of effect that this condition would have on my mental state. Just like, because it's just like everything that I hear is just messed up. Uh, like everyone sounds almost like demonic, like weird, like double voices or whatever, or it sounds like their voice is circling the drain. And music, like I can't enjoy my music to the fullest, and music is a pretty big part of my life. Uh, I listen to it very frequently, spend a lot of time on the road, you know. It's just something that helps keeps me sane and not having everything be slightly off key in one ear is just really messing with me. Uh, and now, even though I've got some of my, okay, we're good. I might have to step this guy up just by a little bit. Uh, nah, I think this is okay. Even though I got some of my energy back and my ear might be a little bit better, my nose is a little whack right now. Not a fan of that at all. Okay, let's have a big think about this. Where exactly do I want to put this? Do I want to put it all the way down, or do I want to scoot it up so I can make room for something? I think just putting it right here will suffice. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, there you go. I think no, not yet. I can't remember when pink balloons show up. Ooh, yeah. It's getting a little tight. Might have to pop this activated ability soon. Oh, the range on this guy's a little better now. Okay, now's the time. There we go. That's better. I'm trying to get this going. There. Nope. Daggone it. I don't know, man. It's looking a little sketchy. We can handle this. Yeah, one more. I think this one is just a bunch of green balloons. Okay, there we go. That's better. And now I can start investing more in other stuff. There we go. We're good. We're good, and now we can afford this. Bam. Just in time for it to not matter. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, we're good. We're good. Set this to strong. So yeah, even though my ear is maybe doing a little better, my nose is busted up. It's like stuffy and runny. That's bull, by the way. How can your nose be runny and stuffy at the same time? If it's runny, like I don't get it. Like, shouldn't the stuffiness be coming out with the runniness? And I've been getting nosebleeds. Which, by the way, I used to suffer from nosebleeds chronically as a child, and I don't really know why. Whoop. Okay, we're good. We're good. You know, I used to when I used to roll up a monkey village, I would always get the radar. But more and more, I'm starting to lean towards like just building a bottom path wizard and using shimmer because that is just as good and also cheaper and also leaves up like other options. Because like even though I pretty much always build primary expertise, uh, waiting for waiting for this and this to start getting like low tier upgrades for free is just that's too long a wait. I can't do that. Oh boy. Okay, now we're good. I should. This should be good, right? And then when I got long range, yeah, okay, we're good. Man, ringers are so good. For a long time, I could not figure out how to properly use ringers. And then in BTD6, that they are actually pretty sweet. Like when they were first introduced in BTD2, I couldn't make any sense of them. I couldn't tell what their niche was. Now their niche is basically anything that isn't camo. And the bottom path, by the way, I absolutely love. Not just for its function, but also its design. Like, this is a boomerang monkey, right? This is the way they should look. I never understood the other paths where they just wear, like, weird, dumb leotards. Like, why? And speaking of leotards, right? I should talk about the recent Halloween festivities. So, you know, Halloween was just this Friday, and it was pretty fun. Usually, what I do is I'll team up with my mom, and we'll hand out candy out of my trunk because she and we both live pretty far away from uh, where most where you would find most trick or treat action in our town, and we were getting really sick of people just passing us up, and so we thought we'd we'd take it on the road. And so yeah, that was my idea. Would just load it into my car, and instead of expecting the kids to come to us, just go to the kids. And it's been that way for a long time. And we're still kind of honing the craft, trying to figure out where exactly is the best place to park our car, and how much candy to pack, how to present to be like really eye catching. Because people they don't get it. They don't always get it. You got to advertise that you got candy because they expect you to be at your house handing out candy, right? So this time, right? Uh, I wanted to do something a little different, and I don't even really remember how. Hold on. Before I forget, right? I need to. Well, first let me put this here. I'll put this here, and then oh, oh, there we go. Gotta remember to get my shimmer going. I don't remember exactly where the germ came from, but I think it was just one day I was kind of like admiring my little Pomni figure here. So if, this is kind of like, I don't know, my mom's kind of Pomni coded. She's got kind of like the Pomni build going on, where she's like, kind of like, no offense, she's kind of diminutive and she's got the short brown hair. So just one day I kind of suggested it to her, like you should go as Pomni next Halloween. I thought it'd be cute, something different. It's been a long time since we'd switched up our costumes, and this would have been this this was our first time tackling like a trendy costume based on like a current popular character. So I was looking forward to her like really popping off with the younger crowd, right? Because Digital Circus has blown up immensely over the past year. I've definitely noticed, like, anytime I go out with I don't have it on right now. I got my Deftones white pony shirt on today. But anytime I wear my Pomni shirt out in front of a younger audience, it gets a reaction. And so I thought it'd be cool for her to get a taste of that. Also, it's a versatile costume. For one thing, that'll be something that she can wear whenever she goes to conventions, because, my dad, he will go to conventions to like sell his books, and then she'll go with him. So now she has something kind of trendy to wear when she wants to cosplay. And also, Pomni, she's a clown. Like, clowns and Halloween, they just go together like this. So even if it's years later when Digital Circus isn't a hot topic anymore, and the flames have kind of cooled, she can still just go as a clown. So, it's a trendy costume. It's something you can wear as cosplay for conventions, and it's just a like basic functional Halloween clown costume. So that's like that's 3 birds with 1 stone. So I think I cooked with this one. There was just a little bit of there's a little bit of a drama to it though, because we came to this project with very different mindsets. Mine was, oh, this is just a fun, like, silly, different thing that we can do to kind of, spice up the Halloween festivities this time. Her mindset, she went so much harder on it and was so much more serious, because in her mind it was like, this is my son's idea. Let me take it seriously to prove to him that I care. And so she went above and beyond, trying to like do really elaborate makeup, and she got like a leotard, because no one's gonna douse their entire body in white grease paint, right? So she just did like grease paint for the face, and then white for her, like a white leotard for her arms and legs. She ordered one. She didn't like that it didn't fit right, that it was too loose. And then she ordered another one, and then she lost it, and then she was in hysterics about it because she wanted it to be so perfect. And I just tried really hard, like, it ain't. it ain't that deep. It's it's fine. The basic costume that I got off Amazon, it doesn't have the extra bells and whistles. It's just like it's it's all the colorful bits. It's the hat, the top, the bottom, the gloves, and then socks. Not proper shoes, but socks. If she had just gone as that, that would have been fine. You know, it's the idea. As long as you can get the idea across, that will work. But she wanted to take it to another level, and I think she stressed herself about it too much, way more than I ever would have asked her to. Especially since, you know, when she couldn't find the new leotard she had ordered, and she had to settle for the other one that didn't like fit the way she wanted it to. It still looked fine. I couldn't even tell it was the wrong leotard at all. It seemed perfectly okay. So I don't know. That was weird. But whatever. It all worked out, and we all had a good time. And we got the intended reaction. We got like three, at least three kids who like marked out over, you know, getting to see Pomni for Halloween. And so I was pretty happy about that. Also, the rare time where I felt like we were kind of like right on curve at all times for how much candy we should have at any given time of night. Because that's always a worry, right? You don't want to run out too soon, and you definitely don't want to be left with a bunch of candy you don't want at the end of the night. But I felt like we were pretty on target all the way through. Maybe packed up a little earlier than I would have liked. But, I mean, not much, like maybe 10 minutes early. And my art, the art that I worked on stream, was part of my Halloween display yet again. Although didn't get as many comments this time. Pomni upstaged me, which I suppose is a problem that I asked for, a problem that I wanted. Now let's see. Can we get a Mo? No, we are not getting a Mo Blue that early, that easy. Where should I put the glue? Right here. Yeah, no, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We got this on lock. Yeah, see, absolutely devastated. Yeah, and then here's the cool thing, right? So we had a Friday Halloween this time, right? So didn't have to worry about like school nights. Got to just stay up. I work in education, in case you didn't know. But this time we went to like a local pizzeria, and I just woofed down an entire personal pizza. It was freaking delicious. It was half shrimp Alfredo. I knew I wanted something with shrimp. I just wasn't sure exactly, and then I found out they had shrimp Alfredo. Ah, this is the real treat right here, my brothers. But it was half shrimp Alfredo and half spicy Caribbean chicken, and it was exquisite. Been too long since I've had a truly excellent pizza. I kind of just want to get another one right now. Next weekend. I've actually got a long weekend coming up, which is so excellent. Yes. I need it. I need it. With the health stuff going on with me right now. I didn't even finish talking about that, I guess. But yeah, your health is still pretty stagnant. I'm gonna have to make an appointment. My mom's gonna hook me up with an ENT that she knows that's supposed to be really good. Unfortunately, he's quite a ways out of town. She gave me these. Where are they? These eye drops, but not eye drops, ear drops. But it says uh, for itching, dryness, and redness. That's not the thing. That's no. My problem is the eardrum is messed up, and it's messing with my hearing. This is for like dermal issues. So that's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I got a lot to figure out this week because I'm also looking for ways to make canvas prints of my art so I can start selling them for some extra dosh. And I just gotta look at like local stores that will help me with that. Give me a good deal. Mm. And I'm still trying to get like back into the swing of editing as well. Um, Still haven't finished that Father's Day video, and I've got some Halloween content that's also going to be like late, like profoundly late. I'll do what I can. But also, I'm looking at the channel, and I'm thinking it's about that time again where I would kind of want to switch up the look of the channel, and I got to figure that out. I was like, I got to get back in touch with those people that like tag on that were supposed to make me like a custom sign to hang in the back so long ago, and they haven't gotten back to me at all. That's kind of irritating because I want that to be part of the rebranding as well, right? I don't know. You know how it is. Always got lots of like little things on my mind. A lot of stuff on my plate. I gotta think about what I want to do for the next stream because the fact that I've got a long weekend coming up, it's gonna be Friday through Tuesday. And as far as I can tell, I don't have any plans during those days, so I gotta figure it out. I gotta ask myself what I would rather do. Whether I just, have my usual Sunday stream, or if I want to, like, knock out my weekly stream early by doing it on Friday and then have the rest of the weekends just to myself. Or if I want to put off the stream to Tuesday, and then that'll give me more time to, like, prep a really, like, special, really, like, awesome stream. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta have a big think about it. Let's see, where are we? We're doing pretty good. Here, around 50 out of 100. The stream might actually be a little longer than I expected because, like I said, on top of like getting my get back on this map, because here's the other thing, right? Like the other reason I was really displeased with last stream was just because, in my like stricken, like brain addled state, like I just absolutely flubbed my performance on this map. I was more focused on just like leveling up my mortars, and I was playing super suboptimally. I was just trying to get all the upgrades, and I choked, and so I was not able to beat this, and I was really salty about it. I was just real butthurt, and so I wanted to try and close the book on this. So I'm gonna try and beat this, and then I'm gonna try and get my diamond crate. Yeah, we got a lot of money saved up, but I'm not sure what I want to spend it on. My play, a lot of times, is Icicle Impale. Which, I don't know. I'll put it right here. Which I don't know how much you guys have played with Icicle Impale, but it really is my number one way that I deal with DDTs. It takes everything special about DDTs and throws them in the garbage. Okay, well, if he's going to be freezing these ones, then I'm going to go ahead and give this guy some fire magic. And Necromancer, because I'm trying to get the Oathbreaker achievement as well. Just takes for freaking ever. Yep, and this is a strategy I rock a lot. I mean, I'm not a world-class BTD6 player or anything. But I'm steadily making progress and getting better. You know, I only started playing this game like a few months ago. And yeah, Primary Monkey's pretty strong. I can go ahead and just turn auto start on now, because we're really grooving. I figure I'll save up for Icicle Impale and then save up for Inferno Ring, and then we'll be good to go. That's the dynamic duo right there. That's your fire and ice. It's like, daggone. The Ice Monkey. So I don't remember when I did it. I did a stream that was just all about playing all the different like BTD games, because BTD's been a part of my life since I was in high school. I used to play the original BTD, like on Newgrounds, and had an absolute blast back in high school. But Ice Towers, Ice Monkeys, whatever you want to call them, always my least favorite tower type until BTD6, where they're actually super strong. Like, there's no bad or wrong way to build them. They're just sick. I'm glad to finally see them come into their own, right? Like, they've been there from the beginning. And now they're finally, like, rising to prominence. It definitely helps that earlier this year they made them amphibious, which that almost makes too much sense. Like, they should have always been that way. But, you know, now a primary only flooded lane is actually doable. Instead of feeling like you basically have to, like, cheat and exploit the game in order to beat it. That is the one thing about the Ice Tower that I don't like, though, is like the way it kind of holds things up. When something's in range of the Ice Tower, but not any of your other towers, you just kind of slowly wait for your Ice Monkey to plink him down. Man. And there you go. There's your Icicle Impale. And your Monkey Knowledge. There's supposed, yo, bro, I just remember there's supposed to be Ice Paragon coming up. That's going to be pretty juicy. I can start upgrading this now. Yep, we got this on lock. So much better than last time instead of using a stupid mortars. Man, I hate mortars. I really do. They're not good. I don't get them. Every time I've ever used them, I've been disappointed. And we all know what the fix is, right? Just give them normal targeting. I miss when you had specialty buildings in BTD5 that would actually unlock cool new functionality like that. Monkey Knowledge does some of that, but mortars, you don't get to target them normally anymore. I get that's the point, but like the point sucks. It makes me not want to use them at all ever. I really need something to give them normal targeting, like synergy with Striker or Monkey Knowledge. Give normal targeting to the bottom pass so that I might actually use it for once in my life. Because, I mean, I already almost never use mortars. But bottom path mortars are like one of my least used towers of all. That and like bottom path Dartling gunners, I really don't understand the point of this path. I don't think I've ever built a bottom path Dartling gunner. Ever. I don't get the appeal. It definitely doesn't help that they just look really dorky. They're not cool. They're not like cool like skull face guy or laser beam guy. They're just kind of nothing. They look like Mighty Switch Force rejects. But I mean, the real like ultimate loser to me, the ace. I absolutely hate aces. I don't get their appeal at all. There's just nothing about them. They seem like a mess in terms of design. I don't like the way that they buzz around the screen, being constantly distracting. I don't like how expensive they are. I don't like anything about them. And if you want an aerial unit that's just really mobile and can cover the whole map, well, once BTT5 introduced heli pilots, like there goes the Ace's one niche just right out the window. Like that's it. They're just cooked. Okay, man. I hope I don't spring another leak like on stream because my nose is acting up. And I'm running out of Mountain Dew. By the way, I was not planning on this being a very long stream, by the way. Just because, again, I'm really low energy. Coming down off of Halloween and then, daylight savings time is over. I'm just feeling kind of, and then also like the health issues as previously discussed. I'm just feeling kind of, I don't know, just feeling kind of mellow. Just not vibing. Okay, we can go ahead and upgrade that. Also, just, I don't know. Just can I be like totally real? It's been a little demoralizing lately because I've been trying to save up for upgrades to our production and have just been kind of stuck in a rut. Which, going back to what I was saying about trying to monopolize on, capitalize on my painting, like that would really help. And also, I've been taking on more work at my day job. Just trying to save up and get some good stuff going because my computer really needs an upgrade really, really bad before a lot of my projects can come to fruition. Man, the way these balloons are getting stuck is really annoying. I'm looking forward to getting this Inferno ring. Thankfully, we're almost done with this. Well, sort of, you know. You know how in this game halfway isn't really halfway? Like, it's not until you're at like round 80 out of 100 that you're kind of halfway there. Because the rounds just get longer and longer. Fast forward isn't fast enough. I could really go for a fast forward. Like 4 times, 8 times. Just gonna get this over with. Because we pretty much already got this in the bag, right? Like, we're on track to get our Inferno ring. Maybe a mobile eliminator. These guys are cooked. And this is a beginner map. It's not really difficult. Come on. Oh my gosh. So annoying. We're almost there. Wow, Sada's attacks go all the way out there, huh? And it's so good to have Sada back. So I'm used to playing the Netflix version on my phone, where you get way more monkey money just all the time by default. Saving up monkey money in this is brutal. It is so brutal, especially given the way that monkey knowledge, the way that system is designed, is entirely counter to the way I think you will find skill trees designed in pretty much any other video game. Because it's not a skill tree, it's like a skill pyramid. Instead of branches that like fan out into all sorts of different options, it's convergent. Where in order to get one upgrade, you need to complete all prerequisite paths that lead to the upgrade. And when you unlock a tier, you don't actually unlock a tier because you have to unlock it again. They'll say, pay 1,000 monkey money to unlock this tier, and then you do it. But also you don't, because the next time you get something in the same tier, it's like, pay the $1,000 again. We know you already did, but go ahead and do it again, and again, and again. Every time you want to buy something from this upgrade tier. That's bad. I don't like that. At least do a system where you have to spend a lot of monkey knowledge points on monkey knowledge that you're not actually all that interested in. It's just homework, you know? It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You just got to do it. Just to get the thing that you actually want. It sucks. I don't like that design at all. But whatever. We're in the groove now, and we are absolutely going to be able to afford the mobile eliminator. Yep, look at that. Look at all those DDTs just get handled by basically one tower. I freaking love the Icicle Impale. It's so cool. I'm looking forward to the Ice Paragon in a big way. You know, I wish I had made I've been brainstorming like a video where I like make up my own ideas for paragons for each tower type. I wish I had done that sooner because I already came up with the idea that the bomb paragon would just be called the bomb. Like I call that. The visual design for mine was going to be different though. It was just going to be like a big mechanical monkey head that shoots missiles out of its mouth. And then like higher degrees just make the robot monkey head look angrier. Doing pretty good. Can we? No. Okay, well I can decrease the activation time slightly. There we go. Yep, and now they just go in reverse because they can't handle it. And there you go. See ya. There we go. We have successfully avenged ourselves. And you know this week. Oh hey, I actually have 1,000. When did I get 1,000 monkey money? Or whatever. We can finally get Big Balloon Sabotage. Please and thank you. It seems like it seems bogus that I got to spend $1,000, and it doesn't say that you got to spend $1,000. But then when you click on it, it's like pony up. It's bogus. It really is. I shouldn't have to fill out both of these paths just to be able to get this one upgrade. But okay, whatever. I should have gotten this one a long time ago. I've already gotten a lot of these on the mobile version, you know, the Netflix version, and I just forgot that I really should have just gotten this right away and made my life a lot easier. But whatever, I guess that's my next priority. But now I get to find out how I'm going to get that diamond crate before I wrap up stream. Do I want to do Enchanted Glade again? I kind of have to. This fast. We'll be doing fast track this time because we're just doing alternate balloons rounds. Sada's not really the one for it though. I'll switch over to the. I almost never use these, by the way. Like my selection of heroes is actually extremely limited. Whatever. Let's see what we can do. Because I'm just kind of going to wing it. So you put this guy down here. I'm trying to remember how I did it last time. Uh-oh. I might screw that up. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was terrible. That was the worst. That was actually the worst. I don't know what I was thinking there. Let's try that again. Last time I used an engineer, and he kind of hung back. All right, there you go. And just, okay, auto start off. And we, wow. Okay, no, this isn't it. This is not it. What happened? Why is it so bad? What am I doing wrong? It's, you know what? I gotta get used to not having double cash. That's probably just what it is. There, and then put you here. There, are we good? We're not good. We're not good at all. We are even worse. We're the worst that we've ever been. How do you beat this? I don't know. This is so hard. This is the hardest. This is impossible. I don't know how you beat this. I don't know. I don't know how you beat this. I don't know how you beat this. This seems way, 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 way too hard. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? You know what? Let's just put all our defenses down here and see if that serves us better. Really trying to remember how I did it last time. How did I do it last time? I don't... Huh. Let's try this guy. Because why not? There. We'll try that. It's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. That's less bad. Oh, it's alternate bloom round, so there's nothing. I give up. We can't beat this. This can't be done. It just can't be done. I got nothing. I got nothing. I have no idea how that's supposed to be beaten. No idea at all. It just seems ridiculously difficult. I have no ideas. I have no ideas. Let's just do this instead. We can't beat an Enchanted Glade no matter what we do. That was just way too hard. Now we can switch to Sada. And you know what else we can do? We didn't do this. I did not do this last time. But let's just go ahead and see if we can use this right here. Because in my experience, monkey buccaneers are absolutely ridiculous. And why can't I put this here? Why? What? Why? Oh my gosh. It's so hyper specific. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Why? It was lighting up. Isn't there a thing where it can like snap? Drag and drop, drop and lock. Disable nudge mode. Okay, maybe that was it. Okay, there we go. There we go. And I don't know. I think I'm gonna build another shimmer. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's the worst. That's the worst. You really messed that up. Really bad. And now we got to do this again. Where we try and figure out. Now it doesn't want to do it. Look. Look. Look, it won't do it. Oh, now it wants to go up here. Up here. Up here. Up here. It won't let me do it. Okay. Well, that sucked. Here, just do this. There, that's terrible. That's the worst. That's the worst. You're still awful. You're still not doing it. This is rough. This is really rough. Can you please shoot them? Can you please shoot them? Can you please shoot them? Whew. We still don't have enough money, by the way. For Monkey Pirates, we still don't. And there you go. And we lost again. Okay. No. No, we can't beat this map either. This map is also way too hard. What? Okay, whatever. Leave me alone. So we can't beat that either. Let's just go back to beginner maps. Because that's as much as we can do. It's just beginner maps. You know, we're garbage. We're really bad at this game. Not that I think this game is terribly fair in the first place. I don't like anything about the way that this is going. I'm just getting really salty again. Because everything about it is wrong. I should have had those games. So here we go. Gonna try this again, just normal hard mode. I know that doesn't make any sense, but okay. Now we'll try and get this guy going. We did not get this guy going. So that's just going to scoot right past us. That's really annoying. Auto start. Just get the show on the road and ooh. All right, here we go. This is better. And now that we're not playing chimps mode, I think we can get some farming going. Maybe. And then again, maybe not. No, it's round 30. We can start farming now. Wow, you can put farms all the way up here? I didn't even know. Okay. Yeah, let's start farming. Why not? There we go. Now we're in the groove. Sort of. Not really, actually. We're doing pretty bad. Let's get faster shooting and double shot. And, oh, this one guy by himself. Not actually good enough to handle all these camo balloons. You have to get shimmer. So we're getting messed up again. Like again. On a beginner map. Okay, let's dial down on the farming and just focus on saving up for monkey pirates. How about that? Because it's about that time. Man, I can't believe I'm still sick. I feel like I might even be getting sick again. Like all over again. When I wasn't even finished being sick before. Hook this guy. There you go. There you go. Alright, and we're going to be good to farm for like the next, like, 9 rounds. Okay. It's not letting me put this one down. There we go. Farming gets finicky on this map because of the woods. Ooh, that's... Okay, let's... I should put my hero down. It's a novel idea. Kind of forgot about her. Put her down. And with her down, I don't really need attack tower, I don't think. But now I should get another farm somewhere. I thought you could tuck a farm in somewhere around here. Why are you being like this? Why is farming so annoying on this map? No? Okay, you can't. That's really weird. Okay, we can do a little farming, but not a whole lot. We got like 3 farms, and that's it. Okay, what should we get now? We got some ceramics coming up real soon, so I should go ahead and get the hookup on this. This, and we're going to start having more mobs. So get that going. And yeah, there you go. And this is my little 1-2 combination, is saving up for a combination Pirate Lord and Energizer, so I can just keep cranking the hook shot or whatever you want to call it. For lots of insta kills. And we can turn auto start back on, because we kind of got it now. This is going to be good for a while. We can start getting some banana research facilities. And hopefully this is enough to get a diamond crate. I don't remember. Might need to do like one more. Hopefully. But yeah, like I was saying, I really wish there was like a super fast forward for this. This has always been my problem with this game. It feels very feast and famine. So, like, you waver between being absolutely 100% in control of your situation and not being in control of your situation at all. Because now this is too easy. When before it was way, way too hard. Come on. And here comes round 59. When I first started playing BTD6, round 59 used to gall me so bad. Because it's just designed to get you, you know? But you know, it can only get you so many times. Till eventually you prepare for it. Whether or not a tower can handle camo lead on its own is kind of the litmus test for me. For how good a tower can actually be. Like, what's the minimum amount of support a tower needs to be able to handle this round? Which, ooh, by the way, get a little nervous about round 63. Let me turn auto start off. Because you know, let's just put this guy here. He's not in range of the village. But I think he can do fine on his own. This is how I handle round 63. It's just this guy right here. And maybe soup this guy up a little bit. Jungle drums, primary training. No, he's still not in range. Whatever. I just noticed I don't have my mob mauler at all. Maybe I don't need it. Ooh, can I? Ooh. It's a tight fit, but, like, there you go. And we got it. And we can turn auto start back on. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to some time off. I know maybe to you guys it doesn't seem like I work a lot, because to you it's just, the weekly stream, but I deal with a lot. It feels like it. And I don't always feel like I have the emotional support network to actually handle it. Man. I tried getting myself sharpened up for this stream too. Like, I had some hot sauce. This is really, I know I've talked about this before, but I've cracked into it since the last time. It's really, really good hot sauce. Oh my gosh, some of the best I've ever had. Ooh, almost forgot. Ooh. Don't get the hot sauce on the mouse and then touch the mouse and then touch your face. It's good. That's why I'm glad that this comes in a white bottle. The old stuff came in a black bottle. This is much easier to tell when you've got, like, accidental trace amounts of hot sauce lying around. You do not want to get this on an intimate part of your body. We almost got our third research facility. There you go. And this is only hard mode. We're not going around 100 this time, so we should be wrapping things up pretty soon. Man, only recently have I started building, like, 2XO Monkeyneers. I used to always build OX2s, but getting something else to, like, strip the camo, like a shimmer, you get to build these really cool, like, gunmetal gray ships. And we're going to get to build that Pirate Lord real soon, and once we do, the game is over. Not even really using the activated ability that much. Almost at all, actually. It's pretty fun, though. I didn't mention, but the first Paragon I ever built was the Navarch of the Seas, and it is so fun. Just basically seeing this thing automatically drag throngs of blimps down to hell. Down to balloon hell. And now I'm going to build an Energizer. That was easy. Yeah, there you go. Kablams. And how much are these worth? They're worth a lot. And I'm not really farming for anything else. Might as well go ahead and sell them for some quick and easy cash and There you go. And I still might be able to afford a mobile eliminator. As if the Pirate Lord wasn't enough. There. I just bought a mobile eliminator for no reason. When I already had the Pirate Lord. There. There you go. So, not enough. How much more do I need? 45. If we can get 45. Man. And that's not happening anytime soon. Not like this. Not when I can't even handle these like higher difficulty maps. That's Do I cheat? Do I just turn on double cash mode? Kind of don't want to. But like I'm just not mentally sharp enough to actually figure out how to beat these maps. You know what? We got time. We can just hash out some beginner maps until we get this diamond whatever. It's not like I got any freaking dinner dates or anything. There. And we'll just build the old fashioned, you know. Put this there, here, put that there, and there you go. And then freaking watch it go. Maybe not do auto start just yet. Okay, farming's going to be easier on this one. Like a lot easier. Gotcha. Most annoying thing about this map is like clicking on the little interactable things by accident, which I do constantly. Probably won't do it as much now that I'm not playing the mobile version, though. There you go, farm number 2. I've never been clear on what the best way to go about it is. Getting lots of cheap farms or saving up for a big farm earlier. Yeah, you see that? Buccaneer handling those camo leads all on its own. That's the dream, right there. And because we get fortified blimps way earlier, definitely want to save up for the monkey pirates. I'll get one more farm for... No, we're almost... Yeah, let's go ahead and get this now. And now we can save up for it. Hopefully. Round 37. Ooh, careful there. Careful. I might have pushed it. Nah, we got it. We got it. And then just go ahead and hit it with a little bit of this. Bam. We're starting to get more of these though. So kind of wanna I get this. So we can keep farming. Keep that momentum going. Be careful once again to not get hot sauce in my eye. Oh man, I can't remember. Did I ever tell the story on stream? One time when I went to like a convention with a college friend and his acquaintances, and I forgot my eye drops, so I borrowed some from somebody else, and I don't know what convinced him that this was okay to do, but he, instead of actually giving me eye drops, which is what I asked for, he thought it would be okay to give me his crystal lens cleaner. And so, it had been a long day, more than a day, really. Because we had rocked through the night to pull into town early that morning, and oh boy. No, put this guy here. And then we kicked off the day with some Waffle House. And oh boy, we actually need to bolster our forces. A little bit more than that. There. And we spent all day at the convention, and I was pretty tuckered out. I was not used to like big adventures like that, where I'm just out all stinking day. So I went back to the hotel room early. I popped in those drops. I screamed so loud, I thought someone was going to call the cops. I was absolutely just reeling in pain. I desperately ripped off all my clothes and jumped into the shower and then just bathed my face in as much water as possible without drowning. There we go. I wonder what this little tiny thing is supposed to be, by the way. So that was pretty dramatic, just really dumb all around. I don't know, At the time, I blamed myself. Because A, I was the one who forgot my eye drops. I was the one who wasn't prepared. And B, I didn't actually read the bottle. But like, I asked for eye drops, man. Crystal lens cleaner? Not a substitute for eye drops at all. How did you get that in your head? Just like, oh, you need some eye drops? Well, I mean, I've got this acid. Yeah, that's good enough, right? You want this acid? And he had no awareness. Like, not everyone even knows what crystal lenses are or that they need special cleaner. I'd never heard of crystal lenses or crystal lens cleaner. But yeah, apparently the guy had special, like, hard contacts that took special cleaning solution. Did he really think that's what I meant? When I said I need crystal lens cleaner? Oh boy. That was so bad. Still remember it very vividly, very traumatizing. I could build banana research facilities at this point, but also I just, I could not. Like, we've got this. We've got this. So this stream is going to go a little longer than expected. I thought it was just going to be like 2 hours. It's probably going to be more like, well, we're kind of up on 3 hours. It'll probably be more like 3.5 to 4. And we'll get our diamond chest, and then we'll call it a night. I can build this now. And just go ahead and sell these, like, whatever. Let's get our energizer going, right? And then we can just spam this for victory. Like, look how fast that recharges. You don't even really need it. Man, I freaking love Monkey Buccaneers. This has turned me around so much on towers that I used to not care about at all. I remember trying these guys in BTD 4 and 5 and just not getting them. Like, I didn't get their niche, just like the Rangers. Or Ice Monkeys. I would always rather run Glue Gunners. I'm sorry. I'm still doing like the weird thing where I like I'm chewing nothing because I'm trying to fix my ears. It still feels like I'm up in the mountains. Come on, let's wrap this up so you can give me my paltry 16 candy. Come on. Get the other one on screen. Come on. There, fine. There we go. That what? I hate these notifications that let you know that you got, like, I get it. I got it. I get the concept. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I gotta save up so much more. That's nuts. That's way more than I was planning to do. I would have to save up another 49 candy. Maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe this is good enough. Right? We've had our fun. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream. I'll just do this on my own time because I'm already getting kind of burned out. But like we did it. We're doing okay. I just absolutely just slapped the huge tray full of cookies right next to me. But excuse me. So yeah, about plans for next stream. I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna take some thinking. Because like I said, it's gonna come down one of three ways. Either I'm gonna stream early so I can have the long weekend to myself, like a Friday evening stream. That would count on the One Piece chapter being kind of timely in terms of when it drops. Or just usual Sunday afternoon stream, not think about it too much, or wait until Tuesday and have like a bigger stream. Because here's the thing, right? I kind of thought about it, and I remember that I had this stream planned, like another painting stream, the first in a very long time, and I just never got around to it. So might want to take some steps to get that going. I don't know. I'll think about it, and whatever I come up with, I'll go ahead and post it on my socials. I can't believe I almost forgot to advertise this stream. But yeah, I'll post on my socials. That's where you can keep up with me and my plans. If you had to pick one of these though to keep an eye on, probably Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, is whatever. I'm still very much of the opinion that X is not here to stay. At some point, they're going to realize they're mistaken. They're going to go back to calling it Twitter. And that's the social media platform that is the easiest for me to manage. It's very straightforward. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all had a happy Halloween. Thanks for all your support. Every view, like, comment, subscription, all that stuff helps push us on to bigger and better things. And for now, happy belated Halloween. Y'all have a good night. Catch you later.